Hello, beautiful people and fellow winers, and welcome to another episode of A Little Something to Wine About with me, Siobhan Camille.
And Tae Michelle.
Where we wine, W-I-N-E, about life, personal growth, relationships, beauty, fitness, everything and more, because sometimes you just need to wine a little. So grab a glass of your favorite red, white, or rosé and join us on the couch. If you happen to be listening and driving, please don't drink and drive. We are not responsible for that. If you're listening to this while walking, please pay attention to your surroundings. Like,
we don't want you getting hit by a bitch.
Don't get hit by a car either, okay? Practice safety in all you do.
Wow, and for those who are new, when we W-I-N-E, we mean whine, complain, moan, groan, sometimes even the word that rhymes with witch. Let's get straight into it. We have a special guest today.
We do.
Yay!
So today's episode is part of the Family Chronicles series under Motherhood Diaries, and we are talking about new moms. And so we have brought in our sister, who is a new mom. And please introduce yourself to our whiners.
Oh wow, it's me, a favorite. What's your popping? It's your girl Reese. Okay, Reese no cups. Yeah, I'm a new mom. My kid is like 9 months, going on like 20.
You better leave my baby alone.
That's really it, you know. She grown.
All right. And so as we talk about new motherhood, we, of course, for all those who are regular whiners with us, we will be whining. So let's start. Michelle, what are you whining this week?
When speaking of motherhood, sometimes I need a good stiff one. I would just be honest. I need a good stiff one. So my version of a stiff one is a Chardonnay. So today I have it's Oyster Bay. That is the brand. It's a New Zealand Chardonnay. I saw this and I went past it in the store because it wasn't in the refrigerator. And then I went to the refrigerator and I saw it. And then I walked to another part of the store and I saw it. I said, I think God is trying to tell me this is it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So this is what I'm whining today. Siobhan, before we let our guests speak, what are you whining with today?
So this is by Adesso. It is called Romagna Canina Dolce. Sorry. I'm assuming this is from Italy. The reason that I'm drinking this is because I didn't feel like buying anything new and this was already in the refrigerator. And honestly, this is not mine. It's the Boo Friends, but this is his favorite wine. Cool. I wasn't buying anything until after the wine out because I already have 8 bottles plus in my refrigerator that got to go.
Having to make room for this bottle was like, ooh.
Right. So I wasn't buying anything new. I was not.
Saturday cannot get here soon enough. For those who don't know, we have a very, very special episode coming up soon. We will talk more about that towards the end of this. Reese no cups.
What you drinking?
Tell us, what are you whining today?
What you whining?
Okay, so we love real basic girl central, Sutter Homes, fruit infusions, if you will, deliciously sweet wine with natural fruit juice. Okay.
Look, Sutter Home is a bottom basic. Like when you start drinking wine, you if you haven't had a Sutter Home something.
I feel as though you're not pretty if you haven't had a Sutter Home, honestly. Because when it goes in the glass and my nails are done, you don't know what's going on. You don't know how much.
You don't know what's in there. It's gonna be $100 wine.
Mind your business and let me drink my Sutter Homes.
I feel like Sutter Homes is the intro wine. Like that's where you know nothing.
Don't put me out there like that. To let them know, so I could have been like, yeah, I really don't know much. But
don't worry, we don't know a whole lot either. We're just speaking off of like wine is still new for the most part. We're still trying new things.
A whole new world.
Facts.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
We have no idea. We are going through this one wine at a time. I just know.
And we popping cherries over here because I've never had this. At Monae, that's what we say for when we have a
grapes.
wine. Oh, that's right, popping grapes. Sorry, we pop grapes over here because we try new things.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. It's cute. So in honor of motherhood, we all wine different because all of our motherhood experiences are different. Speaking of new mommyhood, Nene, Reese.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I predominantly go by Monae.
Tell me, Monae, how can I say this? What has been your biggest so this is motherhood moment?
Honestly, it was like legit when I had just pushed her out. Okay. First seconds into life, they're like, do you want to do skin to skin? Which I think is like the craziest question because I just pushed her out of my vagina. Let me touch this baby, please. Like, that's the whole point. I've been waiting for this for 9 months.
Right.
So I do skin to skin and I'm like, oh, she's so cute. She got a big old head. She really belongs to me. They're like, okay, we have to take her to clean her. I'm like, okay, great. I have to take the baby. Poop. Okay. 10 minutes in. This is motherhood. Okay. Had to clean off poop. First skin to skin contact. My baby got so comfortable. She shitted. So welcome to motherhood.
I need to say, hey, world.
That was her way of claiming you.
Yeah. She had to mark her territory. Right.
This is my mother.
This is mine. This belongs to me. And everybody else, go ahead.
And step off. Okay. Yeah. Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business.
Definitely. She did not care instantly. Boop.
Oh, trust me. I understand. I still remember my what do they call it? My birthing story. Now, so even to this day, and Malachi is a whole almost grown man. He'll be 16 in October. And I remember the first time I held him. First of all, let me tell you how much I felt like a mutant. Because I was just like, I just pushed out this thing that was like running its hands and feet across my stomach. So I was like, this is just, it felt weird. And considering I was the one who, I didn't learn how to change a pamper until my son was born. So I've heard. So that goes to show, this is for anyone who does, to the new people. Hello world, this is who I was. I didn't plan on having children, to the point where even when my baby sister, who is on the line now, was a baby and it came to changing her, she got bright red. And at the end of it, I had the pamper on her backwards, to the point where our sister Erica ended up taking her from me and getting it right. Because that's how much I was going to have children. So when I birthed my child, and they gave me this little boy, 5 pounds, 6 ounces, with a head full of hair. I'm sitting here like, oh, God, you gave me a soul to watch over. Why would you do that?
That's the one. I'm still asking. You trusted me. Got to check it.
Don't worry. I don't think that's a question that any mother or any person responsible for another child, like, stop asking. Why do I have this responsibility?
Okay.
Like, what made me qualified? Like,
because I know I failed the test.
Shit's not even one yet.
Well, it was a pre-test.
Okay.
You failed the prerequisites. You didn't take that course.
Like, it was not given motherhood. It never said that.
Oh, child development wasn't.
No, girl. Child development. I never took that class for a reason.
I didn't want right.
A fake baby around me, let alone a real one.
Oh goodness. No, I understand. You know what? I didn't take that class either. I saw everyone else who had that class, and they was walking around with flour and sugar. And I literally was like, oh, okay, yeah, y'all can have it. I'm good.
We didn't have that class in my high school, but I went to a predominantly white high school, so I think they don't want to do that. They try not to tell white people to do that. That's how they don't do that. Because there was one girl that wound up pregnant in high school, and you never saw. She was never seen again.
Crying. I love a good white scandal.
So like, we didn't have that class. We
Milk
didn't have
carton baby.
Have you seen Molly? I'm in tears.
Where am I? How about that? So that is what that was. Being a new mom is always, interesting thing. Like your body goes through things, your mind goes through things. And it's funny because when we were younger, we never heard our parents talk about like, postpartum was a thing, but it was a white people thing. It wasn't looked at like now where, oh no, this is real. It happens to us all. It was a white people thing. And I think it was a white people thing because society would like us to look at Black women as all of us are single mothers just out the gate. And that's not always the case. I know that wasn't the case for Siobhan. Her parents were married. Mine's weren't. Well, Monae, ours weren't, but I think they didn't have time necessarily to go through depression or to recognize it. It was more so even, get up, go, handle your business.
Swept underneath the rug. It's like, oh, you're just having a bad day. Pray on it. Also, just give it to God and then do nothing else. That's
and then get up and go to work because your baby still got to eat.
Right. It's like
this formula here.
Right. You need more work.
Yeah. And I think as time has gone by, we have become a lot smarter in reference to things and recognize that those things, postpartum depression is a real thing, and it's a real all around thing. I know I dealt with it unknowingly. After having my son, I literally went down to 101 pounds and didn't know why. I thought I was cute. I thought, oh, I'm snatched, I just had a baby. I'm snatched. This is that and the other. I'm good. Oh, my snapback was cool. When I went to the doctor, my doctor told me, no, baby, you lost too much weight too fast. I need you to gain 30 pounds. What you mean? So, and that's when she asked me, she said, how have you been feeling? I was like, I'm tired, but that's expected with motherhood. You're supposed to be tired. You have endless nights and sleepless nights. The baby wakes up in the middle of the night. And, so I was like, I had support. Like my mom's there, my sister was there, my dad was there. It was too many people there, but they were there. And I'm grateful for it now, but I was like, what you mean? And she was like, okay, but how are you doing? Like, what's going on in your head? And that was the first time it made me stop and sit down and think, what was I doing? How was I feeling? And what was going on mentally with me. And when I started talking to her, girl, I broke down, whole breakdown. And my doctor was like, okay, so there's a thing, it's called postpartum depression. And depression, what? I don't have that. You do. I need you to go talk to X, Y, and Z. I think I went to 2 appointments, but I went. And that in itself kind of woke me up to mental health in general and the misconception of what it is in the Black family.
Well, I'll say this, for postpartum or any other mental illness, I think that this is when it comes to Black Americans, there is this belief in scientific community that we don't. Like, we don't get hurt. We can withstand the pain of 1,000 cuts and suns. We don't get depressed. We can lift 50,000 pounds and still be okay. We this, that, and third. Like, even when you look at like with soldiers, for example, and if you talk to any soldier that went through the military in like the World War I, World War II times, they will tell you that Black soldiers were pushed harder than their white counterparts. period. And the whole Black tax thing is a real thing. How much now could be debatable, but it's a real thing. It's been a real thing. And when it comes to science, doctors and the medical professionals have for a long time had no problem experimenting on Black Americans, from Tuskegee and everything else, Henrietta Lacks, everything. But when a Black person tells you, especially women, I'm hurt, I'm tired, I can't do this, there's this thing that a lot of doctors have done, like, oh no, that's not, you can, no, because you can, and everybody's trying to tell you what you can do. Even if you're telling them that's not how I feel. And also within the Black community, there's this stigma and has been about,
we don't have this.
We don't have that problem. You strong, you don't get to. And I'm gonna tell you, the biggest root is the whole, well, slaves were doing it and they did it, and that's all fine, true, and whatever. But that doesn't mean they had to. That also doesn't mean that they were good. That just means they got through it. The same way that you're getting through it, but you're not good.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about baby girl. How is she doing? What are the new things in motherhood that she's that's making you go, oh yeah, okay.
Her little personality is showing now. I mean, it always has, but now it's like getting real. And her new thing is just like, yeah. Now, okay, she's so cool, right? She's like, yeah. And I'll just be talking to her out of nowhere because I talk to her like she's grown. Like, so I'll be having full-blown conversations. I'm like, so do you think I should get the red dress or the pink one? Or are you feeling yellow? Like, what is it? And out of nowhere, she just be like, yeah. So then I wound up getting all three because she said, yeah. She didn't really tell. She didn't say what color. I just said, yeah. She said, yeah. So now I'm buying all three.
So you took that as, I'm going to take this as.
What else does yeah mean to you, though? If I say, which one should I get? You say, yeah. Okay.
We're down to two possible.
Oh, yeah. No. She's trying to crawl, I guess that is her version of crawling, her little like scoot thing.
A little scoochie boot.
She got the one leg down and she could crawl with that one leg. This other leg just wants to stand up and walk. And when she decides which one she wants to do, she'll do one or the other, okay?
Meanwhile, you sitting there like, which way you go?
Which way you go?
Where we at? Where we at?
And she doesn't do it. Like, you have to, at least with me, I have to like force her to crawl or anything like that because she's a princess. Like, I don't know what this princess complex is. And she would just sit and be like, so get me.
Since the most spoiled is one out of all of us. She doesn't know where it comes from.
So,
the next generation, you would not bring my niece into this.
Someone else.
You would not put that on her. No. That was cute.
She's just talking and trying to walk. It's just a lot of little things now. That's just happening, and it's just like, you're a person. Like, she's been a person, like now you're a person.
Like you're moving.
Yeah, it's like she's not always crying. It's like a different, like she's trying to say certain words. It's not coming out, but you can kind of know what she's trying to say. She tried to say grandma. Now the grand and the mom, that's all gone. It's just all vowels, okay? But you kind of know what she's trying to say. No consonants. Yeah, she's getting grown. Like the whole 1 year is coming up. I'm on Amazon all the time looking at decorations. Like,
what are you thinking? Tell us. Okay, again, we just did, our last episode was about birthdays, special occasions, and holidays. And being as though that you are a sister, we know how we are about our birthdays.
Right.
So with the next generation, please, if anybody knows us, don't expect less. If we do what we do for our birthdays, the next generation has it bad. Yeah. Let's just put it this way. My OGK, that's what I call Malachi, my original kid. Hashtag OGK. My OGK has had a birthday party. He's 16 in October. Had a birthday party at least 13 years out of his life. And the ones that he didn't, it was because he tried it and his grades weren't right and he thought his mother was about to, oh, you about to nope, you tried it. But he got it together.
Right.
He was like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. I don't have no birthday party. Nah, we can't do this. So he figured it out and got his life together. But he missed that part. He missed a couple years because it was like, hey, yo, I'm not doing that. So if that's how we are in reference to us, trust and believe the next generation has a dad. Yeah. But what are you thinking for like first birthday? Are you excited like to see where she's gonna be? Like theme of the party, like that's a big thing.
Honestly, I'm doing this for me. Like she could go there and cry the entire time and I will not care. Okay. Like, all right. The amount of hours and hard work I'm doing into this. All right. Like, girl, all right. At this point, happy birthday to me. All right. I'll blow out the candle. It's not a problem. I'll eat the cake. We look alike. So it's fine. Like, that's how excited I am about this birthday. I am taking it serious. Like I'm doing like a little, it is. I'm doing like a little carnival theme. So I already have like raffle tickets. I'm buying carnival games. I'm like buying carnival prizes.
It's a whole thing.
A lot.
It's a whole thing. It's like a whole thing.
I created at this point a whole new list just for her on Amazon. And like now my mom is getting into it because she's like, okay, it's getting closer. What do you have? And she's like, you don't have enough. So that's a whole nother monster that we don't even need to get into. Okay.
Oh, the grandmother.
Oh,
the
no.
Grandmother. Don't worry, we are gonna have a generational episode. Yeah, we'll have to invite you back for that. We'll have like the grandmother, the mother, and that type of thing. What would you say is one of the most challenging things? I noticed. Okay. So being who we are, we try to adhere to whatever way the parent wants to raise their child. So I know at one point when my sister was pregnant, she was like, I want all organic. I want organic Pampers, organic whites, organic this. If it's not this brand, don't bring it in my house. We was like, okay, that's what you want, boo. That's what you got. And that's what everybody was doing. I want to say baby girl got around 3 to 6 months. And my sister said, okay, I want this and this to stay the same, but this can change. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. These people when I tell you, the one thing I can't appreciate watching her as a new mother is the amount of research she does. My husband is like obsessed with my niece to the point where this girl has her own dresser in my house. I mean, her own drawer in my house. None of my other nieces and nephews have had this, but this girl, you would think she was ours. If you look at my husband alone, I'm not going to talk about me. I'm auntie. I'm supposed to do things. But
birthed her for y'all.
And that's what everybody seems to think sometimes. Even my neighbors was like, I didn't know your wife was pregnant. And I was, yep, I wasn't. That's my niece. Like legit. That's my niece. Like you done seen me walk this hallway. I don't know how many times. No. But anyway, so the obsession is there. So when she came and was like, look, no, I did research and this, and I want this, and I want her to do this, and she won't have this. And me and my husband, who have 6 children, were like new moms and dads. Okay, write it down. Monae said she only wants this. So tell us how's that going? Because I know at one point you were like making her food and like it was just a whole thing.
Oh yes, I was. Yeah, I was making her food and stuff, and that was going well. But she just, it's like overnight her appetite increased to like real food. So let me just back it up, I guess. So yeah, initially I was like very like, yeah, no, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't. So it got loosened up real quick because I was like, whoa, all right. It's a lot going on. It's a lot to keep up with. So like certain products I became like more relaxed with, like wipes and stuff. If it's like pure or whatever, just the natural version of whatever brand, I'm cool with it. Don't care. If it's like 90% water, put it in the cart. Like, cool, you got it. Yeah, because motherhood got me real quick when I was like, well, I'm like going to Target, trying to find this one brand and this and that. Don't care enough. These Pampers, pure work. You didn't get a rash? Great. We're sticking with those. Those are always in the store. Had zero problem since. Like, it's just like pick your battles kind of a thing. Her food, I'm still very anal about. But with sending her to your house, Michelle, she would come back and it's like such a calm baby. And I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, she go to sleep. As soon as she get home, she go to sleep like 6, don't wake up till 4 a.m. I'm like, is my baby dead? I'm on the nose test. Like, oh my God.
Drug my niece, okay?
Okay, God. Like, maybe she just missed her bed, but it happened every single time. So at some point, it's like, what am I not doing? You know, that y'all doing, you know, experience-wise also, because, you know, I don't know. I've
right.
To an umpteenth degree. And then I was like, go to your mammy. I don't got time for that. It's time. Take it. So yeah, so all the little making the food, it's very cute. It worked well. You know, it was nice. But my baby was sleeping from 6 to 4. So you told me y'all was feeding her. You was like, girl, she had eggs, she had grits, she had this, she had that. I'm like, whoa, she's eating food? What? I've been giving her pureed string beans and carrots for like a month, and you telling me she's eating rice and chicken bones? What's up? So I just got on the train. Like, so now she eat what I eat, okay? And now it's to the point where I would say like 60% of her food is like people food. It might even be more, but she's still on the bottle when she like wants to go to sleep and things like that, you know.
Right. She only 9 months, but still.
And she doesn't do a pacifier, so it's gonna make her be on that bottle more. I do know that.
Right. Well, don't worry. We had pacifiers for Malachi to the point. Well, our parents don't believe in pacifiers.
Right.
So I had to hide them because they would throw them in the trash. But Malachi only took it when he was going to sleep and he didn't want his bottle. And I want to say that lasted for about 3-4 months.
Right.
And after that, I would be like, well, where is it? It would be in the toy box somewhere or under the mattress. And he wasn't crying for it or looking for it. But we also had an understanding. By 9 months, baby, that's gone. Because I'm not doing the 1-year-old breaking you out of a pacifier.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Rio never really took it. And like
that is the one child. You know how everybody be like, oh, my baby never took a pacifier. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But you got a pacifier clip to their shirt.
Right. Okay.
Like, what? So you forced it on them is what you're telling me.
Exactly.
Rio is the one I can honestly say. You put that thing in her mouth, you got a good suck and a half. And that joint was like, floop. You put it back and it was like, floop. Rio was like, I don't want this.
Yeah. Like, literally.
And we were like, well, we're just gonna throw them in the trash. And I'm glad I didn't waste my money on that personalized pacifier.
It was more work. Like, I was getting frustrated at one point. I found myself getting mad that she wasn't keeping it. That's when I was like, what's going on here? You know, I had to self-reflect. Like, am I mad that she wants to toss them out? Just toss them out. Like, I'm getting mad, like, keep it in your mouth, keep it in your mouth. For what? Okay, got you.
Because then when she keep it in her mouth, you're gonna be like, give it back.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? I got you. Threw them all away. I wasn't even gonna let her get the 9 months. I was gonna cut her off at 6.
Okay. I mean, you had a plan. Tell us what other plans did you have in reference to like Monae, when I say my girl was like, for somebody who didn't want to have kids, when she found out, it was like after the initial shock, it was like, okay, this is my plan. This is how I want to raise her. And I was just like, oh,
well, okay. I am still very much anti-fast food. Have I given her fast food? Yes, because now I've been out and stuff like that. I want to get to that part of motherhood, and maybe it'll happen when she's like a toddler and a little bit more self-sufficient, where I could just like feed her little snacks and stuff, and she'll be okay. So I've gotten off course with that one, but I'm still very much anti-fast food. Do I know it's going to happen when she's like at your house or whatever? I understand that. This is why I am very much. I'm just saying, like,
I get what you're saying. Why
it won't be a problem to me because she will know. Okay, with my mom, I can't do this, but she's gonna be like, with my mom, I can't eat fast food, but with auntie or whatever, it's a treat. It would be something between y'all, and I'm okay with that. I understand. I still have like plans of her I want her to do everything, like swim class, karate, boxing, things like that. I want her to be like diverse to figure out exactly what it is that she wants. She has to do music. That's non-negotiable. It's in the contract. Me and God talked about it. And yeah, it has to happen. Point blank and period. You're going to do music. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Amen.
Well, that happened.
Yeah. Now, even if she can't sing, she's still doing voice lessons. I don't care.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because you need an ear regardless when you're doing music. Like,
I get the benefit of that.
She needs to be able to like see something and be able to sight sing it, whether you sound good or not. The music from the water from the refrigerator, 6 ounces. Motherhood, got to make a bottle for my kid. This is happening. So that's a plan. What else did I have planned for her? Other little things. It was mostly diet that I was concerned about. And like organic soaps, little stuff that kind of like don't matter when you get into the swing of like motherhood. I used to like be really up with like her baby hairs and like head wraps and bonnets, trying to like prevent a bald spot that still happened. So like I was hung up on a lot of little things. As it goes on, I'm like more relaxed-ish. But like I still am very anal because I still explain her whole diaper bag to you. Like you don't see her every other week. And I still overpack. Every time. I don't play. I guess my biggest problem is I just don't want to ever be called lacking. I like, the street terms, but in English, like I don't want anyone to think that I'm not a prepared mom, like
that stereotype. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I would say all new quote unquote good moms
right
go through, because that was a thing for me too. I never wanted anyone to be able to say, oh, Michelle just putting her son off on everybody. My son goes, well, not now because he's a teenager. He literally went with me 90% of the places that I went. It was no place that did not know that, oh, that's Malachi. That's her son. Like are you bringing him? I have X, Y, and Z for him. Oh, I thought you was bringing him. Oh, even down to photo shoots. And to be honest with you, even with my stepchildren now, like at my job, it's nothing for them to come up and they're like, oh, are they sticking with us for the whole day? Oh, they're only here for lunch with you. Like I think it's just a part of any type of motherhood in reference to having, children on a consistent basis. It's that thing. And I think all new moms kind of go through that. That's like, first of all, I don't trust too many people. Second of all, ain't no place I can go. And that was one thing that my mom religiously said that I did not understand until I became a mother. There are very little places that I can go that my child can't go. And if they can't, then I probably don't need to be there. And I didn't get that until I had Malachi. Because before that, I was like, kids, can't no kids go? Cool.
See, I 50-50 that, because for me, there are some places my kid can't go, but it's like not because she's not invited, it's necessarily for me. Like everyone else there, so maybe I guess that's the difference. Like I show, okay, case in point, my friend Natalia, she invited me to a cookout. Now on the invitation, she said no kids. I said perfect. Let me go tell my mom and show her the invite. Yeah, no kids. Yep, sorry, you gotta watch. Yeah, Big Rio. Yep, we love you, Grandma. So I show up to the cookout, 1942 in hand, because I like to be bougie when I pop out. Okay. I'm like, okay, period. Yeah, it's nothing to me. Lying to these people. All right. Just excited to not have my kid next to me. The first thing everyone is like, why? Where's Rhea? Sure. You told me there was no kids on the invitation. She's like, oh, but not your kid. Whoa.
Oh, my kid has a special one.
My kid was supposed to be. Yeah, we all wanted to see her. You should have texted that, and you didn't. So she was her grandmother.
I feel like babies get a pass for a lot of things that are like no kids.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of places that you go that say no kids, babies are the exception, or places that you go that say, oh, kids are fine. They're like, no, but don't bring babies. Like it's so weird.
It's
like
either or.
Like, like either you bring a baby and no kids, or it's one or the other. Baby, no kid, or no baby, bring a kid. But I feel like
outside of Chuck E. Cheese.
Outside of Chuck E. Cheese and like kid birthday parties where you just expect everybody in here. But I think like most places, when they say like, we don't mind kids, still side eye when you bring a baby, because they're like, oh, but we weren't prepared for that age range. And I think that's kind of what it comes down to. Or they're like, oh, babies, because don't bring your 3-year-old in here
that run around
because your baby is gonna be where you are. So that's fine.
Very true.
Your 5-year-old might be upstairs around the corner down the street, and you in the kitchen, and they everywhere
else. With their head in between the rails.
I'm screaming. I don't think y'all understand how I can't wait to gather her up. Please embarrass me. I want to learn sign language specifically so I can silently drag her. Hit her with a cool, like gang signs to everybody else. And they're like, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, because I just told you I'm about to stick my foot in this car. We're going there. I can't wait.
I feel like Black people, or I feel like mamas have that look, and that people who have been around kids have that look, where you don't necessarily need all the gang sign language. You just everybody gets that one look. That's like, and everybody gets in line, quiet. A hush falls over the crowd.
I
can't wait.
That's when silence gets so loud. Okay, let me tell y'all. My mother in church, the yoke up was vicious. My mother never missed a beat. They singing the song, oh, happy day. My mama, oh, happy day. And me and my sister over that joint, cracking up. My mama hit one of these joints, never missed a beat. Pop! We looking like, what the heck? My mama's still over there. Oh, happy day. We like, oh, okay. Oh, happy day.
Like, I'm not a mother, but I've been told I have a mother look, because I will silence some children. I will silence some adults, quite frankly.
You're an auntie.
So
I feel like aunties have that power.
And I'm a godmother, but I'm not nobody's bio. No, nothing has come out of my body. My body has held no other soul. But I feel like I have a look, because I've silenced children. I've silenced adults as well, but I've silenced children with a look. And I think it's one of those things that kicks in, like those animes where you need it when you finally need it. You get the saying Goku comes, and it's just wah. And then your child feels it. Like, I feel like kids know. You know how when you were a child and your mom or your dad, usually your mother, because your father would really hem you up, or tell your mother to go deal with your child, deal with your daughter. But I feel like every kid has that where you feel the heat. Even if they're nowhere near you, where you know you messing up and you've been good this whole time, and then you finally hear the dum 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 dum, like the Jaws music or something, and you looking like, what's going? And you might look down the street and your mom is standing like, and you, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Monae, you know we done had that. We just having fun, and our parents just pop up out the blue, and you do the self check. Am I out of line? Did I do something?
Oh
no,
right.
I'm good. Then
No,
you go,
really.
hey, and they be like, hey, and you
No,
be like,
really.
was that the good look or oh, okay? You can do the sigh of relief.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
especially
honest
with my
with you.
mother, real quick.
Malachi will tell his cool friends real quick. My mother crazy. I can't do that. Like real quick. And that's one of the things about motherhood that I now understand. When and I understand why my parents would get upset when they would be like, oh, you need to be your child's friend. Your child should not fear you. What? No.
It should be a mix of healthy fear and respect.
Exactly. But I was like, no. That's like, first of all, God is my father, and I fear him because I know his wrath. Stop playing God like he this soft little pussyfoot dude. Nah. God get angry and he deals with things as such. My mom gets angry and she deals with things as such. Now, with that, I don't think your child should be fearful of you to the point where it is
a fear for their
danger.
Safety.
Right, a danger. But a nice amount of fear would prevent a child from going out here and doing something stupid when they know, bump y'all, I got to go back and ask if my mother find out. I ain't worried about no police. Matter of fact, I'd rather the police take me than take me home.
And there have been those videos. I have seen them where the dude is like, we just gonna take you to your mom. No. Can I go to jail? Can I go to jail?
I'm good.
Because like, I think what it comes down to when people say, when we go, yo, my parents crazy, is you don't necessarily know what to expect. I think that's why when those kids in the cop cars are like, take me to jail. Because you know what jail's about to be about. You don't necessarily know what your mama gonna be on when you get back to the house. If she gonna be on, you messed up, but I'm gonna handle this like a woman of God, or you messed up and I'm gonna act like the devil birthed me for a second, or you messed up and I'm gonna act like I don't know you.
Right. And that's like, it's like when you recognize your safety net, you know, that nurturing mother, you know, moms generally are your safety nets. You know, you're comfortable. You feel that level of comfort. That's home. You know, that for most of us, I know some people got some jacked up relationships with their parents, but for most of us, that's what that is. So when you know you have done something
to threaten the balance,
threaten that balance of that safety net, sweetie, I don't want that. And I feel like in healthy fear births respect.
I think there's a reason that when people get in trouble, no matter what, again, if you have a healthy relationship with your mother, even with fear, there's a reason that kids tend to, first thing they do when they get hurt, when they mad, something happened, I want my mommy. They go to their mama 9 times out of 10. There are a few that go straight to their father or they want their grandmother, depending, but 8, maybe 9 out of 10 scream for mama because mama birthed you. She loves you. There's that connection in a lot of ways. This is not everybody, but that connection is there. And it's the same reason why a lot of people, when they become adults, especially I think women, you get a deeper understanding, whether you have kids or you don't, you get a deeper understanding of what it is to be a woman or what it is to be a mother, since we're talking about motherhood. And you look to your mother and go, I understand. I respect you. I get it. And it's one of those, while a lot of women are like, yo, I kill for my mama because I understand as an adult all of the stuff I put you through, what my kid may or may not put me through, what life put you through, and then me on top of that. And if you have siblings, all of us on top of that, look, I understand.
Just birthing a kid and all that pain, that's enough. Like I thought, like the jokes and like the stories, I took them real light. Like my mom was just telling, like reciting them, just like read a book, you know, like watching a movie. I'm like, okay, cute, sounds painful. Hate for it to be me. And then it was me. And I'm like, oh, baby.
That's why you tell me I brought you here, I'll take you out.
Well, and
Baby.
I was a C-section baby, and I've heard the story. I've seen the scar on my mom, and when I saw it, I think I was like 10. So you also realize there's that time between. Like I'm 10.
Mhm.
I personally, me at 10 years old, at 4 foot, whatever amount of pounds, did not come out of that. Like at this point.
Right.
But I saw a C-section on like Instagram, like somebody posted that thing,
Uh-huh.
and I forwarded it to my mother, and I legit was like, "Yo, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that all of that is what's going on. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even Rio, oh, let me tell you, she was sitting in here and I was feeding her. She doesn't like when her uncle leaves her. Well, I walked out the room and she starts fussing, and she's just a fussing. And I was like, Rio, but are you going to eat? And she was, lie to you not. At the time, this little 8-month little girl says, Mom! I said, I looked at Rob. I said, did she just say? He was like, yeah. I called my name. Was like, your child is calling you. Like that. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like those types of things is what develop, your mother, for the most part, feeding you, taking care. She's teaching you these things. And I say for the most part because I have stepchildren. I came into our youngest baby girl, I came into her life when she had legit turned 2. Her mom, needless to say, was not really in the picture. So I was mommy. So teaching her to, pot training her, teaching her sight words, her colors, her letters. And even though I didn't biologically have her, that bond, that relationship was there. So even in that, when it's stepmom Michelle, that type, I feel like
there's more
being
to being a mother.
More to being a mother, but also being a new mother comes in many facets. I feel like, because when you get married, if that person has children, you're now a new stepmother or bonus mom, whatever you want to call it. And that in itself can be like not birthing a new child, but it's a new relationship. So it's birthing
you're learning like someone new all over again. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, which is why I feel the stepmother role is just as important as the biological mother role. And I know there are a lot of people who will not agree with me, and that's fine. I don't care. Don't at me.
The stepmother role is just as important as the mother role, as to me, as the foster mother, as is the adopted mother. Quite frankly, there are teachers out here that are more mother to some of these kids than their own mother. There are there are aunts more mothers, grandmothers more mothers. There are fathers, girlfriends, that are more mothers, fathers, best friends who may happen to be women who are more mothers to these children. And there's more to being a child. There's more to being a mother than giving birth. That's the easy, not saying that it's easy to give birth, but that's the easy part. When you take, if that's a one moment in time, it takes 18 plus to raise a child. So in the grand scheme of it, of what it takes to really get
I don't know, because my 11 hours would like to enter the chat, okay? That was pain. That was with no medicine. No, I'm playing with you. I agree.
But I feel like that to me is the easy part. And a lot of women prove that's the easy part by how quick they can walk away. I'm not surprised when dudes walk away. I'm not saying it's right, but it doesn't surprise me. But I know of women who have literally given birth and been like, oh, I'm out, I don't want nothing. And I'm not talking about those putting them up for adoption because they realize they're not in the position to do. Because those women realize, or those girls realize, I cannot, and I know what it takes, and I know what it should take to really raise a stable human being. And I have more respect.
I have more respect for you to recognize I can't do this. And then if you don't have the support to do it on top of that, I can definitely understand. for those who have the support, and I tell anybody, lean on your support system, because you will be surprised at the village that you have. And when I say support system, for some, that'll be family. For others, that may be friends. Church. Because as we talked about in previous things in reference to family and how that can be, how, blood sometimes ain't no thicker than water, which is really not, but in reference to the same. But, and that's what I mean by your support system, looking to them saying, hey, I need help. Hey, this is what I'm going through. Hey, right now, mentally, I ain't got it. And finding the right one in that support system to have. If you don't have it and you choose to still keep the child, I have respect for you as well. Because now I feel like you're trusting in God, as well as building yourself up.
But it's a level of maturity to me. If you have one and say, I can't, and you acknowledge that you can't, because that to me tells me you acknowledge what it really takes to raise a child, to raise an adult, because that's what you're doing. You're raising a child to an adult. Mm-hmm. So you can really create another jacked up adult. And we all are adults sitting here.
It's enough
who
of them
know
out here.
There are enough of them who are damaged children in adult form. Versus if you go
very close.
If you go, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try it. And even if you can't necessarily do it on your own, knowing your support system and being able to walk away. What I don't respect are mothers who have kids or a kid for the tax breaks.
Oh God.
Right. Or for anything financial, or, oh, now I can get me a house. Oh, now I can get me an apartment. Oh, now I can get, because it's not about the kid. And if you have that mentality when this child is a baby child, you're probably not going to change that mentality as a child grows. So it's not really about the child, it's about you.
Right. I don't understand those kind of people, just because it's not easy. Like, it's not easy being pregnant. It's not easy giving birth. It's not easy taking that baby home and now you're not sleeping, because as much as you want to, I guess, abuse the system, you still have to, in some shape and form, take care of it
and raise the child.
And I don't think it's worth it. I don't know, if not, like, not saying the kid, but like just, like using a person,
another human being,
right, for that is like crazy, because you're not going to really, I don't know, you're not going to really be in it, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe, I guess like for me, having Rio, it was like a personal decision. Like, I didn't really care. I had made up my mind at that point. I didn't care what nobody told me. Like, no disrespect to the Lord above, but even if he had told me at that time, like, this is not it, you need to get rid of it, I probably still would have kept it, because I had made that decision already. Like, so that's why I take like it so personal. And I'm just like, as much as I may not enjoy every single moment, I have to be good at it, because when I'm good at everything I do, because duh. But like, it's like you made that personal decision, so why not, I guess, put your best foot forward, even if it is to use the system. At the end of the day, I don't appreciate people who, if you want to use the system, whatever, okay, because F the government, okay, censored, sorry, but like, I get it, capitalism sucks, got you, but I don't respect the ones who like don't treat the child well.
You're still responsible for that child, whether you using them for government money.
Right, exactly, because it does suck to use a being for like personal gain, but like, at least treat the baby well.
But even this whole government assistant thing is not always the best.
It's not what people think.
It's not what people think at all. I was on public assistance, when my son first got here, and I hated it. I hated having to check in with someone every 6 months. I'm grown. I didn't have to do that before he was here. So having to do that now, like, what? And then I don't need you to tell me, like, oh, we're giving you this amount of money. Baby, that money, that $336 that y'all gave me a month, I make that in babysit in a week. Please, you can keep that. Just give me the insurance and the food stamp, because my kid was Now, and that's the one thing I will say. I will say the food stamps definitely helped me. So I understand. I understand why people be like, I don't want to report it. But also you got to look at it this way. The money that they're giving you, there's someone else who really needs it.
Right.
So where I get it, and I have 6 and they eat me out of house and home. Okay. It's still the simple fact that there's someone else who really needs it. And if you're well and able and you can, baby, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
So I have one last question for you, Miss Reese Monae.
Oh, yes.
Before we go to our wine reviews, what kind of mother do you want to be?
I'm giving very much cool mom vibes, okay? Like, OMG. In 15 years, in whatever social media form, if she's not showing old pictures of me now, like my mom was a baddie, I'm gonna just kick her out.
Not eviction.
Like, just go ahead and go. Like, I really want to be like fun. Like, that's my big thing. I want to be like open. I don't know how to explain it. Like, all my friends really call me like the hippie out the group. So I very much think I'm probably gonna be like the hippie mom. Like, girl, let's talk about it. You have a boyfriend, he broke your heart. Do you want to go egg his house? We can go do that. It's nothing.
Okay. I was like, I was waiting for the other side to come in, because while she's a hippie, she's the
like that's what I was about to get into, that because we can egg the house and I'm your mom. So then if his mom get mad, she can come see me about it, because I've been waiting for this all week, you know. So very that. Like, I don't know. I just want to be fun, open. Like, I don't want to like tell her what to do necessarily, like as she get older. Obviously childhood is childhood, you know. I want to steer her and instill those good values, good eating habits. Like, I'm very 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 hippie mom, but I definitely just want her to be free and just like do her, you know. Like, I want her to know, like, you can fail, that's fine, we're gonna come back, we're gonna regroup, and we're gonna figure it out, you know. Like, very, very nothing is real. And, you know, like, time is fake.
What?
You know?
So you raising her in the Matrix is what you're saying.
I'm just saying, like, I just want her to just question everything, believe nothing, do what you want, as long as you're being a good person, you know, always good intentions, always. But just like be fun. That's the mom that I want to be. Like I want her to come to my bedroom in the morning and be like, you know what? I want cupcakes. And I'm like, well, guess we're making cupcakes for breakfast. Makes no sense, but why not? You know,
she would definitely have to be a teenager for that, because I know my sister, a 6-year-old, come and tell her she want cupcakes. She gonna be like, you don't get the out my room.
When I think of motherhood and my perfect motherhood, I'm always talking about her as a teenager. I'm never talking about her right now. Yeah, no, right now is let's get through it, okay? Because kids are like crazy. It's gonna be fun, but you know, that part is like you have to be like hardcore at that point. So maybe as she grows up, I will be a bit more like, as she grows, I'll be way more relaxed. But if I see that she's picking up on things that I'm instilling in her, like these certain values, then I'm okay. That lets me know, okay, cool, you're listening.
I'm doing something
I don't have to be on you, right? You know, so I just want to be fun and cool and like milfy. Yeah,
milfy.
Yeah,
that's a new vocabulary word for the podcast. Milfy.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm trying to get my milfy back. Okay.
Oh, girl, gut or not, it's milfing. What's that? It's the gut and butt combo. Okay, the 2-for-1 special with the Hawaiian back rows. It's nothing. It's a platter.
Hawaiian back row.
Yeah. Okay, and it's on splash with a drink. What's up? Yeah.
Well, I guess that answered our question.
Basically just a fun, cool mom that don't take no mess, because I will snatch her up real quick. That ain't no problem.
And
cheers to that.
But before we end, Siobhan, give us the rating of your wine for today?
So the Romagna Canina Dolce from Adesso, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I have had it before, and it's gonna stay.
Real quick. Say that one more time, because that just did something on the inside of me.
The Romagna Canina Dolce by Adesso.
I'm sorry, I told you I was gonna be able to roll these R's. Go ahead.
Still gets a 3.5. I have had it before. It's still just okay. It's a sweeter wine. It's a semi-sweet. I don't even know if I would call it semi-sweet. It's more on the sweet side. It just doesn't move me, but it's not bad. I had it with some water crackers and Dubliner cheese, and it wasn't.
Some water crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Monae, tell us, what is your rating of your Sutter home?
Okay, period. I'm just, you know what, exclamation mark, because Sutter home never fails me. I'm giving it 10 out of 10. All right, y'all know it is what it is for me. Okay, what's the scale? Is it?
It's out of 5.
It's okay.
Wow. I was wondering why you gave it a 3. I'm like, a 3 out of 10. That's crazy. Why she keep buying this?
First of all, this isn't mine. It's not mine.
Oh my God, girl. Okay, 5 out of 5. Y'all see where I'm at. Okay, so it works for me. It gets to the point. It's fruity. It's sweet. It's yellow like me. It works. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. God is good. Michelle.
Well, there we go. Okay, for the oyster bay. You know what? Actually, this was a nice Chardonnay. It wasn't as stiff as I would like it to be. I was thinking something a little drier. But it was a nice, it felt nice on my palate, but it's a good wine. So my rating would be 3.5.
All right.
So, okay, New Zealand. And on that note, that concludes another wonderful episode of A Little Something to Wine About. Don't forget to subscribe. Join us each and every Wednesday for more laughs, more fun, and of course, more wine. And remember,
there's nothing wrong with a little wine.